Welcome to the World Warriors of Capcom Cup Players Showcase. I'm Ultra David.
And I'm James Chen. It's a series of videos where we go through all 32 players who have qualified for the Capcom Cup, which is going to take place at the Sony PlayStation Experience in San Francisco on the weekend of December 5th through 6th. If you guys want to learn more information about the Capcom Pro Tour, about storylines, about the whole entire Capcom Pro Tour for this year and such, we did an intro video on Capcom Pro Tour and Capcom Cup here on this YouTube channel. Just you can search for it. Of course, on this channel, youtube.com/Capcom Fighters TV. But of course, we are here to talk about the players.
Today we're going to be talking about Nemo. By his own admission, one of the top 5 players in Japan.
That's right.
And he's probably right about that. He is an extremely skilled player, has been for a long time. He is the #1 points leader in the Japanese arcade system.
Yeah, you'll see that actually in the video. You'll see how
true.
many BP points he has.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a very, very strong player overall. He plays with Rolento. That's the character that he's been using in Ultra Street Fighter 4. He was in Vanilla. He was one of the best Chun-Li's. He became one of the best Yangs in Arcade Edition. But now that Rolento is out, that character just is such a perfect fit, I think, for his style.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, where have you been all my life? If you're Nemo, you find this character, and the character does everything that you want to do, which is just be completely mobile, never stand still, touching buttons, just being here, there, kinetic, bouncing around all over the place. It was a match made in heaven. So I mean, even when Ultra first came out and Rolento was not good, Rolento as a character was really bad. He still was finishing top 3 in tournaments and such with this character. And then they buffed Rolento as he went, and now Nemo is...
It's a good character, that's for sure, and he's amazing with it. Yeah, I think the mobility is a huge part of his style. He does not want to be standing still. I think you're absolutely right about that. You'll notice when you see him play, when you see a lot of other people play, kind of walking back and forth, maybe nobody stands still, but they're just sort of walking back and forth. Nemo is hopping, he's forward dashing, he's doing the stinger, jumping up in the air, he's neutral jumping, he's just being very active, lots of focuses.
Yeah, I think you even mentioned one time that you were watching a match and you literally tried to count how many times he blocked.
That did happen. That's right. And in that match, which I think was 3 out of 5, I think I caught him blocking once in the final 3 games. And he won.
Yeah.
He won that set.
And that's just how much...
He wakes up with everything. He wakes up with roll. He wakes up with EX off the wall. He wakes up with stand short because it's fast and it puts his hitbox in a weird way. I mean, he just has all these tools. I'm not saying that I think he has bad defense. In fact, I think he has very good.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think he's very good defensively. It's just that it's an unconventional defensive.
It's an active defense.
Very active.
It's active defense. He doesn't want to stand still defense. Right. It's just, that's the thing, is when you fight against him, it's so hard to read what he's going to do.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Even the strongest players, we're going to see it in the match that we analyze, even the greatest players, they get bamboozled. It's literally, I mean, I want to quote the Chicago song Razzle Dazzle. I mean, it's really what it is he just puts on a show, you can't see what's going on, and then all of a sudden when you're not expecting it, goes in for the kill. It's so hard to tell what Nemo is doing, even for some strong players like Momochi, as we're going to see in just a little bit. So.
Even as he's being active, it's not without purpose. So you'll see oftentimes that he'll do a hop back, and if he sees you through a fireball or something like that he can come in on, he'll have the roll. Even as he's all moving around, yada yada, it's all with a purpose, which I think is really his big strength. I think that's his unique quality in Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Right, and like we said, no character I feel fits that better than Rolento. And even there are some crazy characters. There's Fuerte, there's some other characters like that, but those characters don't have the same kind of tools that I feel Nemo wants to have. And so, yeah, absolutely. Is he one of the best players in Japan right now? Yes. And is he really, really scary with Rolento? Yes.
There are Nemo combos, right? Whenever you see anybody do those combos, They're the Nemo combos.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So we briefly touched on his experience in Ultra Street Fighter 4, how well he's done. Let's talk about some results.
Sure.
West Coast Warzone 4, he got first place.
And that was with the bad Rolento, wasn't
Yes,
it?
that was pre-buffs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo Game Show 2014, 9th placed. BS Japan Cup 4th. Mix-Up Night 25, 2nd. Red Bull Kumite, 3rd place. KVO X TSB, 1st place. EVO 2015, 4th place. TGS 2015, 4th place. Ultra Hyakishu Cup, 2nd, which is the video that's where that happened, that we're going to watch. And then most recently, at the Capcom Pro Tour Asia Finals, he got 2nd place.
That's right. Yeah, and that was, of course, you had to qualify into the event, and then there was this crazy round robin with a whole bunch of other strong players.
Yeah.
And then the top 2 players went to the grand finals, and he was one of those 2. And, I mean, he came up short, but again, showing just how strong he is to make it through that. So
yeah, absolutely.
But as we mentioned, we are going to watch the Ultra Hyakishu Cup match, where he did end up getting 2nd place to one Mr. Bonchan, who's also in Nemo's list of the greatest Japanese players.
Everybody's list.
Yeah, exactly. But the match that we're actually going to watch is him going up against Momochi in this. Because, again, you know, we talked. One of the reasons why we picked this match in particular is because Momochi so good at controlling the opponent, so good at locking them down and getting you to do what he wants you to do, holding you into those positions, measuring the distance, and you're gonna see it. He gets. I mean,
it's hard to peg Nemo down on any of those spots.
It's like subterfuge. Like it's like there's stuff everywhere. What's that? And then you get hit over here. You know.
Exactly. Of course, Momochi himself is one of the best players in the world. He won Capcom Cup. Last year. So he's looking for the repeat. But
but Nemo,
let's see how Nemo did against him. We should say, before we go into this video, for whatever reason, we couldn't find a cut of the video that had the full intro. So it's just going to hop into a Dragon Punch.
Right. It's
Momochi hit a Dragon Punch. That's what we're in.
10 seconds into the round or something like that, and it's just going to be Shoryuken.
I don't know why. But there you go.
Anyways, let's go. Check this out. Okay. Oh, cool. They just landed from the uppercut. In any case, here's Momochi, and there you see. Look on the top right of the corner. 307,997 BP. He is a lot of BP. Number 1 player, and already you can see hopping back, jumping up to throw stingers all the time, hitting buttons. Unfortunately, drops that combo there.
Right, but yeah, you can see the active style. Look at that, the roll underneath. Like I said, it's all planned out.
Right.
It's not just haphazard movement. He was hoping probably that Momochi would do that. Wow.
And
again, probably hoping that Momochi does that.
Right.
Like setting it up. I'm doing a stinger. You'll never guess that I'm going to have Ultra immediately.
His reactions are ridiculous.
Agreed.
And another thing, too, is even with Rolento, with all these mobility options, one of the scariest mobility options that he uses with Rolento is just the forward dash. Like, he's so good at, you know, you're sitting there paying attention to the hop back, to the stingers and everything like that. And then he'll just forward dash at you. And oftentimes he'll even forward dash after he starts charging the focus like that. And then he'll forward dash. So the half a register in your brain that he's starting to do the focus.
Yeah, there was a dash, right? And he dashed exactly into anti-air distance just before Momochi jumped.
And then he lets the level 3 rock, the level 3 focus attack.
It's hard to predict.
Yep. So jabs, roll back. Oh, I hit you this time, hop back. This time I didn't do anything. Forward jump. You know, it's just every movement option that he has. And Momochi, you know, like we said, usually good at locking people down and controlling. There's another forward dash there. But immediately, this is where that distance right there, where he gets to throw the stinger safely like that.
That's very strong. It's already convinced Momochi to jump a couple of times and to stand strong, even into Ultra. Look at that. Right. Like he's rolling back, he's hopping back and saying, if you throw a fireball, fine, I'm coming in. Yeah, but if not, no big deal.
And the craziest thing about it is he was stinger, hop back the one time Momochi threw a fireball.
Like I said, it's planned out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And do you see how far he walked forward there? Jeez. Yeah. Again, just hop, knife, hop, roll, dash, roll. Dash.
Especially now at the, you know, what he expects is going to be the final hit, right? Like you can't be predictable. Especially now.
Whew. Yeah, and again, it's just like I said, all those tools are so good. So the EX Stinger, he'll use that every once in a while just to gain the frame advantage on the offensive pressure. and it doesn't seem like it's a huge big deal, but I mean it is, especially for a player like Nemo.
Momochi has a lot of good calls in this set too, so it's not like this is a completely one-sided fight.
Oh yeah,
you know, which I think is all the more impressive. Look right there, he jumped exactly when Momochi jumped for the air-to-air, not before.
Right. Yeah, it's like you said. I mean, the reason why this match is so good to watch there, you saw right there another forward dash, is because it's Momochi, and the fact that someone as good as Momochi, and yes, he is going to be able to control Nemo a couple of times and get great reads like this and damage. But
look at that wake up stand short. Yeah.
See right there, focus forward dash. He does that a lot. He's just it's just very, very kinetic. Hop, stinger.
Yeah, you'll see on Momochi's side, Momochi is playing a more traditional walk back and forth footsie game, trying to find where to stand on screen, but it's hard to know where that's supposed to be. Which I think is tough for Momochi. His damage in this round came from pressure up close, not from this mid-range. It's hard to deal with that mid-range. I mean, Nemo had been looking for this for the last 20 seconds. Everybody knew it, right? But he's so insistent about it and so good with the timing and placement of it.
And then he just rolls at him.
Well, I mean, maybe he had done that once in that game before.
Yeah,
as opposed to other Rolentos who do that quite often. He doesn't.
Right.
And he just, at the end, that's it.
There was just, he just had the right read. That Momochi didn't believe he was going to charge forward. Because you saw Momochi just walked right into it. I don't even see him touch a button. Right. I saw nothing. He just walked face first into it because there was no reason in Momochi's mind that Nemo or anybody would do that roll forward there. And sure enough, he did it, and he takes that game. Very close game, too. And Nemo also, although he uses it sparingly, which is why it's so effective, he's probably one of the best I've seen at using that pogo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the pogo is a very gimmicky kind of thing, and you see a lot of Rolentos, they'll use it to take advantage of people who, that jump fierce is so good. And there's the Nemo combo. EX Stinger into follow-up with the air raid, that is the Nemo combo. Looks easy, try it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so hard to do. Here we go.
So back to mobility for him. But again, it's all planned out. So there are times when he does not throw Stinger. And those are the times when it turns out you shouldn't throw Stinger pretty consistently.
And it's really interesting because you just saw right there when he was doing the neutral jumps. It looks like he's going up for the Stinger, but that time he didn't. And he didn't even just land. He landed with a pogo. He bounced in place. He's always changing it up. He's never doing the same thing twice. And it's very appropriate that he uses the wizard outfit here. Look at that.
He went in.
Yeah, because everyone sees that and it's like, oh, I'm running away. And then he just comes right back in.
There's that pogo trick you were talking about. Everybody else uses that.
Oh, brilliant throw.
Yeah. Most Rolento players will use that in like more predictable sort of ways. I had never seen this combo before this moment. Like, I remember, the first time we watched this, I had never seen that before.
Yeah, let me just let me level 3 focus and get this extra Stinger in here, sure. Oh, man. But, I mean, this is actually one of the reasons why I feel like Nemo has become actually a pretty big fan favorite amongst people, is because he's so kinetic and he's just moving all over the place, and people just love watching it because he's so fast.
So again, Momochi's damage this round. Oh yeah, don't chase him. Unless you're sure you're gonna hit, don't chase him. Well, Momochi's damage this round has come from pressure, right? It hasn't come from the mid-range game. In fact, in the mid-range, Nemo's had a lot of success, built a lot of meter, been moving around unconventionally, hard to track down. Ooh, that was just a mistake from Momochi.
Okay.
Oh, he was looking for it finally.
Enough of your forward dashes. But yeah, again, the reason why it's such a good threat, it's the reason why it throws so many players off, is because normally when you're fighting against a lot of characters, and by the way, they're playing on arcade cabinets here, which is why you're seeing this different interface than you're used to here. But the reason why, normally when you fight against a character, almost most of the characters in the game have 2 or 3 primary modes of attack. And so in your brain, when you're fighting against him, you're looking for those three things, right? And you can minimize the sense of danger that way. You're like, I'm ready for these few things. Don't feel as much in danger. The way Nemo plays Rolento, I just feel like you're always like, you feel like you're in danger. Because you literally have no idea what's coming. You saw that he did the roll and then immediately came with the air raid. And even though Momochi saw it, he uppercutted it. I don't think that's going to make Momochi feel any safer, you know?
Right.
Walks up, focus, stinger. I mean, it's interesting. He is playing a little bit more careful now, but then you see the EX stinger.
Well, I mean, he lost life last time because he let Momochi get in. So I feel like that's sort of the change in play right now.
But again, it's just when you're fighting against him, it's just at any point in time, any one of these crazy
look at these the forward dashing. I mean, that's something that almost nobody else does in that range. Forward dashing in that mid range, it's such a risk. But you see Momochi's play is that's just unfortunate for him. Momochi is not expecting those dashes. He just can't. Oh wow.
And you know, one of the reasons why he does that Nemo combo, honestly, is because he gets that little cross up mix up that he just got, that you saw him get out. And look at that, it's just
he just did the back hop.
Right.
It's like, okay, if you throw a fireball, button.
Right.
If not, okay.
But it's just it's interesting to me. The reason why it's you know, strikes me as significant is because even a player like Momochi was just like, you know what, I just don't think he's going to hop back and be ready for this. This is the right moment to throw a fireball, and it was absolutely the wrong moment. Again, so the only way that Momochi's really been able to get some good play is this pressure right here, is to go after him. Yeah, see, this is where Momochi gets. Look at this. So again, I don't like to block when I get up. I'm gonna do the hop, you know, because that's just.
To his credit, I do feel like he blocks more in this match than like it's not a match where he blocks one time in 3 games. Okay, his defense is not that type against Momochi. Even the slide, I don't think we'd seen that before.
Oh god, that jump fierce from Rolento is so good. It gives him so much hit and stun advantage.
The walk-up shorts. Oh, he got it. Again, you know he wants it. And even somebody like Momochi, just
one
can't
time
make it not happen. You know? In 2 games now.
All right.
I mean, Nemo walked up, down short, down short. I mean, that was 3 or 4 times in a row.
Man, he's still gaining BP, by the way. He has more BP now than when we started this video. Dude, Nemo's one of those guys, like, if you didn't know who he was, because look, a lot of people say this about Nemo as a person. He's like one of the most well-dressed humans, like, in the FGC, right? Or just anywhere. But he's one of those guys that probably just walks up in the arcade cabinet and you're like, oh, here comes this businessman after work. And then he then you see him and he has 308,000 BB and you're like, what the heck?
God, that is so tricky. Well, he didn't get the combo, but that jump fierce from Rolento is huge.
Yeah.
One of the best buttons in the game.
Yeah, probably the best jumping attack in the game. Like, I can't think of anything else that even comes close. And there you see, even when he knows he can't punish the fireball, he has the proper button to roll just under the fireball and get up and be ready to fight again.
Yeah, you see blocking, crouch teching at the right times, anti-airs at the right spots.
And again, that's a testament to Momochi that he has gotten Nemo to block a few times.
Yeah, agreed.
And Momochi knows it. See, you can tell every time he has the opportunity, he has to press. He knows he can't back off. He knows he can't play this mid-game.
Right.
Because really, honestly, one of the things that makes the mid-game so scary, you know, those little stingers that he's throwing, I mean, he's just doing it to build meter, to remain kinetic. But that is what's affording him the forward dash. Those little stingers that he throws there, because that space becomes a danger space.
Right.
And so you don't walk into that area, which just gives him the perfect opportunity now to get in there.
That's so good. I love that roll out.
Right? He even has the reaction. He's like, oh, I saw you jump, so I'm out of here. Oh, here goes Momochi.
Yeah, the question is, how good is his defense right there, right? I love that that's a test of Nemo's defense. In that round, in fact, there were multiple situations where he was caught in the corner by Momochi, and he passed the test.
One thing I do want to point out on Momochi's side, though, I mean, shout-outs to him for not spending any meter to FADC that. There was only 1 second left, so he was just betting it all on that, so...
Oh man, the one time he gets to block it and try to punish, he doesn't get it because it's just so unusual.
Yep.
You never see it from Nemo.
Interesting. Yeah, see, like every once in a while you'll even see how Nemo, chooses, he would, like, do you see he just went from only walking back and forth to all of a sudden going crazy.
Yeah.
Going crazy all the time might not necessarily be the best idea, so... Every once in a while, he will turn into ground-based Rolento.
I really like how he resets the situation a lot, too, with those crouching jabs and stand fierces. The big reason that he's using those is to get back to this range where he is dangerous.
Oh, nice.
Will he block? Oh, there you go. You had the right call.
So now he has to... And the funny thing is, he knows, like, 70 different ways to land Ultra One.
Right, yeah.
So he's got all the tricks ready to go. We already saw the EX off-the-wall anti-air Ultra.
He's had it, yeah. Each time he needed to get it, he got it. It happened in this round. It happened in each of the previous 2 games that he won, where you knew he wanted Ultra.
Right.
And it's just hard to not let that happen.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I really have a lot of praise for Nemo. I feel like he really is one of the strongest players in the world. It's the offense. It's the offense. It's the mid range too. I mean, as we've been talking about, his neutral game play is just so different, so unique than almost everybody's that it's hard for even the best players to get a handle on it.
Yeah, it's like you said. He was really strong with Chun-Li and Yang before in previous versions, but it just didn't feel the same as does now when he has Rolento. Now that he has Rolento, there's just something about it that it just looks like it's almost like I almost picture in his brain, even though he's pretty calm faced, like I just picture this cackling in his brain because it's so maniacal and just so like crazy, and it's just I don't know. It seems like the way he plays Rolento that he's having fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's this weird joy that it seems like that he seems to be having because he's always gets to be doing something.
I think you're right. So when it comes to Capcom Cup, what do you think is an obstacle in his way?
God, I don't know. That's a really rough one for me to say because, I mean, like we said, he is one of the best players right now. He seems to be. We talked about this in our video with Bonchan. Bonchan seems to have that perfect character player synergy. Nemo has that as well. Mm-hmm. I want to say like maybe it's because maybe the only thing is that if he runs into a bad matchup, he's only using it. But I mean, his Rolento is amazing. I don't think there's any matchup that he's really worried about.
Yeah, so. I think you're probably right about that. The only thing that I think I would say is that there are rounds where I feel like he falls apart on the defensive end.
Okay.
And we saw some of those from Momochi in this set. When he did get that corner pressure for the first few games, it really counted. Like if he got it, it really counted. And Nemo started to block more and had better crouch tech timings and stuff at the end. But I do feel like that's something that he's susceptible to sometimes. At the CPT Asia Finals, he lost to Punko, and for much the same reason. I feel Punko just excellent offense, ability to guess the mix-up, and that's the kind of player that I'm a little bit worried about for him. But there are not many people who I think can get a good enough read on him for that to be like a long-term major problem. It's going to be just if it comes up at all, it's just going to be a few players.
Well, so what do you think it's going to take for him to win? Like, what does he need to do to exact his will at Capcom Cup?
Well, I think it really ties into that. I think he has to remain unpredictable. When it comes to that, not just the mid-range, not just the offense, but on defense as well. We talked about how he has a bunch of different tools that he uses on defense. And just to not be predictable on the defensive end, I feel like that is the one thing that if he has,
right,
I don't know who's gonna stop him.
Yep. If he can play Rolento the way that he wants to play Rolento, yeah, I don't know if there's not very many people who can stop him.
Agreed.
As we just saw in this video here. I mean, obviously, as we mentioned at Ultra Hyakishu Cup, Ban-chan did beat him in Grand Finals, and then you just mentioned Punko has beaten him at CPT Asia Grand Finals. So he's definitely beatable. But it's just, man, you're one of those. He's one of those people that even if you win or lose after you beat him, you probably just feel winded. You know what I mean? You're just like, you're tired. You're just like, oh, okay, I can finally like sit down and not like be twitchy all over the place. So.
Well, what do you feel are his chances at Capcom Cup?
Hey, look, he put himself as one of the top 5 strongest Japanese players. No, very few people can argue.
Agreed.
And if you're one of the top 5 Japanese players, you're gonna have a good chance. I
think he has a strong chance.
You have a very good chance.
Agreed.
So, look, no one's gonna want to play this guy.
Yeah,
no one's gonna want to run into this guy. He is going to.
He's a scary player.
He's gonna break a lot of hearts at Capcom Cup. Let's just put it that way.
I'm with you.
I think top 3 potential, yes. Top 5 potential, very likely. He is definitely going to be a strong candidate, in my opinion. He's in the short list of people that I would, consider potential winners, like actual logical winners.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be at the Capcom Cup, which is on the weekend of December 5th through 6th at the PlayStation Experience.
Mm-hmm.
If you can make it out there in person, highly recommend it. If not, it will be streamed live on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters.
That's right. You can also follow them on Twitter at Capcom Fighters as well to stay up to speed on all the news for Capcom Cup that's coming up. So definitely follow them on both Twitter and on their Twitch so that you'll get notification as soon as we start, because you do not want to miss a single second of this.
And if you like this sort of stuff, where we analyze players and videos and all sorts of good, juicy fighting game stuff, you might want to come check out our stream, which is twitch.tv/UltraChenTV, and then on YouTube at youtube.com/UltraChenTV.
Yeah, we do a lot of high-level analysis. We also have a lot of good stuff for beginners, but every Tuesday we also do just, we talk about everything that's going on in the fighting game community, latest stories and game news and recap tournaments and such like that. So if you want all of your FGC news condensed in one little nice niblet, check us out. So.
All right, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you at Capcom Cup.